The co-signer of that budget, whose butt is on the line, is that senior leadership that put their career, their reputation on the line because you needed something. So if you're not operating on a level that is needed to gain that true trust, they're never going to allocate what you need. I'm teaching today. I don't know how many times I got to say. Listen, my grandfather told me, he said, son, if nobody encourages you, you have to encourage yourself. I'm teaching today. So one, we have to understand that senior leadership often operates on the principle of big picture thinking. They're responsible for organizational growth, financial performance, and strategic alignment. Leaders who can align their department's work with these larger goals are more likely to gain the support for every inch of their initiatives. Without a question. All right, so some of you right now are at your home. Some of you are at your facility. Some of you are in the car. Wherever you are currently, that room, that building, that car, it consumes you, right? So right now, in this room right here, in our training room, in our media center, I cannot touch the ceiling. It's big. We have 10,000 square foot headquarters, nearly 10,000 headquarters in Dallas. I cannot stand in the middle of our headquarters and touch both walls of the facility. And neither can you. Neither can you. Melody says, so how do we get the departments to align? That's the purpose of the training. Stay with me, Melody. I can't even do it in this room. It looks big. It consumes me. This is an example of our departments. When you're in your department every day and only your department every day, this looks big. But I want to use an analogy to help us conceptualize the big picture thinking of our senior leadership. Can I do that? I want to work on us conceptualizing, okay? So if you're in your house right now or at your facility, you were to reach up just with your feet on the ground, can you touch the ceiling? Yes or no? I don't know. Y'all should have that finger on the chat. You like, all right, Dr. Jake, okay, you finna tell me something. About tell me to do something. About tell me to do something. Can you touch the ceiling of your facility or of your home sitting down? No. Because what you're in seems big. Your house feels big to you. Your facility seems big to you. But if you go 100 meters up in the sky, hovering above your building or your house, what was once big to you now looks a little smaller. Somebody give me a marker. I got to bring this example home. Oh, I'm teaching. I know y'all thinking what I'm thinking. What was once big to you now looks a little bit smaller. Then if I were to go 100 more meters up in the sky, what was once small looks tiny. Then if I were to go 100 more meters up in the sky, what was once tiny, it's like a blurb. Does that mean that the problems that are happening in that house disappear? No. But what it means is that in the context of the entire ecosystem, based on your perspective that you're looking at your leadership, you start to realize that the higher you go up, your problem doesn't consume them as much. This is you in your house. Consumed. This is you in your facility. It consumes you. But the higher you go up, what was once big gets smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller. And this is where your C-suite lives. They can't see it. Just hit that light. Just hit the light so they can see it. Yeah. Just hit it. And then we're going to turn on the light again. Your C-suite lives here. You're consumed down here. And we're upset that our C-suite cannot see how big our problem is. Why? Because your C-suite has 10 other departments, 10 other facilities. They're overseeing 100 departments total that all feel like their problem is the most important problem. So in order to get them to communicate or hear your problem, you have to effectively be able to bring them down from their perspective into your world. We're going to talk about that. 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 Stay with me. We're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about it. So the first thing we have to master is here. I see my screen. Strategic alignment. Senior leaders prioritize initiatives that drive the organization forward, reduce costs, and increases efficiency. A leader who aligns a cost-saving initiative with the company's 5-year growth plan is more likely to get the senior's approval. And this is how senior leaders think. This is how they think, y'all. If you cannot control your department with your limited resources that you have, what makes you think I'm going to trust you with more, and you haven't done squat with what you have? And a lot of us in our own personal lives, we think that more would change our lives, when in actuality, being more resourceful with what you have is the life changer. So as senior leadership, they're thinking, hey, they're asking for more, but they're not doing right with what they have.